you so much that they will make you feel less than, or make you look at them, or lose any type of respect for them. Now, them old people, they could cuss now. Them big moms, they would cuss your behind out, okay? But they still cussed you out to a place where you still didn't have to second guess staying respectful. Um, because again, their aura demanded that respect. They deserved that respect. Just them being in your presence made you want to give them that respect, regardless of anything they did. Even if they gave you tough love or talked to you in a manner that you wouldn't let somebody else talk to you in, you still never really felt disrespected. Even if they cursed or, said things harshly, it still didn't make you want to disrespect them. But now, what you're seeing a lot of times now are some of the elders that are in the older age, everything they say is coming off to you as if it was somebody your age saying this disrespectful thing to you. Symbolizes her position. Hey, Dwayne, these seniors, some of the seniors in this era, they don't got that juice. That natural born juice the big moms back in the day had, like the big mama off the movie Soul Food. A lot of these, but they chose to come down on the levels of the people younger than them versus standing firm in their God-given position. God allowed them to live to be a senior or elder. So when God allowed you to live that long, you have nothing to prove to nobody. When God allowed you to become a senior, you know how many teenagers these days are not even living to be grown? So in this era, when you're living to become a senior citizen, that is a blessing in itself. And you should respect yourself in your position as that, in my opinion. A senior should never stoop to the level of somebody beneath them age-wise, because you lived longer. You have more experiences. So what could somebody younger than you say that will make you conform to their mind frame? See, you've already lived longer, and your mind should already be built. Your mind frame, what you indulge in, what you don't indulge in. Like, you are supposed to be the matriarch. You know what I'm saying? You have a God-given position. But once you step out of that position and conform yourself to the mind frame of people younger than you, that position is no longer strong or sturdy. But see, that is what's different about this society. The old women that I used to know, they never did that. Like I say, they would tell you quick, whether you my child or not, I jack your behind up, I cut your ass. They'll tell you that quick. They don't care. You go tell your mom. Then I go tell your mama I whipped your behind. They would do stuff like that. So you knew not to play with the old elders back in the day. But you think those women would have never, ever, ever, you never heard those women. And again, if you all were brought up around different elders, I understand. But the ones that I was brought around, they never said that you won't be nothing, that your life would never be anything. They would pour life into you before they try to suck it out of you. You understand? Because they wanted what was best for the younger generation coming up behind them. Because they felt like they already wore the bumps and bruises and the scrapes from going through whatever it was they went through in their time. So that the children coming up behind them would be able to reign supreme. So the children coming up behind them would be able to have a better future. Good morning, Shonda. So they would never conform their mind to try to suck life out of the children coming up behind them. You know what I'm saying? See, most older people are kind of complacent in where they are. They're comfortable. They're not materialistic. They're not, a lot of them still have their homes the way that they were back when they were younger. Um, so, they're, and they don't lack, most of them don't lack or have scarcity. They just I mean, their aura alone just speak big mom. Their aura alone just speak wisdom. Their aura alone just demands respect without them even saying anything out their mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's like their position is solid. But those same women and grandpas, before they try to suck life out of you, they will pour every little inkling of what they have, whether you their grandchild or just the little girl down the street or the little boy down the street. They'll give you everything they got. And they'll pray for you like nothing. I mean, like they say, nothing like that song, Grandma Hands. That song has a very, it tells a story. Okay, I'm on the live. Go around over there and y'all stop. Those hands, the vein, every vein that came out of their hands, every, varicose vein or different things like that about a senior just demanded our respect. But that's not what we seeing in this day. We are seeing older people getting in the middle of drama, older people speaking negatively over the younger ones coming up behind them. They're not giving them no affirmations. They're not pouring into them. They becoming part of the crowd. When did our seniors start wanting to become part of the crowd? The seniors that I knew created the crowd. And that crowd followed them. Those are the seniors I remember. What has happened? What has happened that the seniors now want to be part of the crowd? Do y'all know how lost this world had to become to where your seniors are now wanting to be part of the crowd? When did that ever become okay? When did anybody ever think that was okay to pump on? When did anybody ever think that was something that should be encouraged? You know? Because most people, they love their seniors so much that even if their senior felt like they was going to get out of line, the whole community will gravitate around them. No, ma'am, we not doing that. We want you here with us. We want you to live. Because again, their position alone was unquestionable. And it stood solid. They never had to become part of no doggone crowd. Because they were in a world of their own. Like they had already went through all the scrapes and bruises and fights along their way to become a senior. They didn't have to do nothing else but just live another day. That's like Miss Hollow. When Miss Hollow was on here, she was 90-something years old. When they used to ask her topics, she give answers to those topics according to her experience and her life thoughts. Y'all never seen Miss Hollow get on here and find what's going on the internet and get on the internet and get to cussing out young people. That was a lady who was that was a big mom. You know? And that's the seniors that we remember, no matter how harsh their words were, they were coming from a loving place. They never wanted to suck life out of you. They wanted to be around long enough to see you persevere. They wanted what's best for you and your children, even if you was somebody who they didn't know personally. Like I say, they would pray for you more than they would pray for themselves because they felt like their life was almost coming to an end anyway. They felt like they was going nearing, and they knew that every day that God blessed them with another day, that was enough for them. They didn't care about being liked. They didn't care about what people thought about them. They didn't care about really any type of drama. You couldn't go to them and, gossip about people. Like now they'll love to listen to some tea now. But as far as what they give back wouldn't be that same energy of what you was giving them as far as gossip. They would listen because they was kind of bored, other than the ones that still play bingo. Like my grandma, she played bingo, the card game and all that. My grandma had a Jericho child. Good morning, Britt. And y'all please make sure if you're not following Brittany Allen Babs, babes. Go check out, y'all. That's my girl. Um, yeah, Miss Holler, that was a big mom. You hear her talk about, she still talk about how sexy men was, like she had a form of life. But like I said, it was still so much drama going on the internet. You could never catch Miss Holler getting on there talking about somebody younger than her, or getting on there trying to suck life out of somebody younger than her. She would inspire you before anything. Can you see what they doing? It's just a sad day when you have seniors trying to suck the life out of people younger than them, and feeling, and only doing it because they feel like they got to be part of a crowd. You know, and like I said, if a young person did step out of line from the areas that I come from, and you stepped out of line with an elder, she felt comfortable tearing your behind up, but she ain't finna argue with you because she's not your equal. You know what I'm saying? The big mom will tear your behind up, and I'll walk you to your house, take you to your door, take you to your mammy, and tell her that I told you behind up. And if she want to jump back, child, big mom could have been on the cane, in a wheelchair, or whatever, but it still tell you. And if she want to jump back, I'll whoop her behind too. Those the big moms I know. The ones that were kin to me and the ones that wasn't. I just never seen the seniors that I see now back in my day. I never seen those kind. So it just worries me, and it kind of gives validation to what's broken. Like, so if the seniors, Miss Shonda said, you speaking facts, if the seniors are lost, who is there to guide? If the seniors have now become lost, the matriarchs, if they're lost, who is left to guide the children on through? Who is left to guide them? The foundation is broken. And I'm here to tell y'all, it's sad as hell. Because everybody should be able to celebrate a senior. Nobody should ever feel like they have to disrespect a senior in a way that is repulsive. No senior should make another person younger than them feel like that they have to do that because they're being antagonized, or they're being, belittled by a senior. Because seniors did not have time to belittle nobody. Seniors didn't have time to try to come out and make nobody feel bad about themselves. That was all about uplifting you and making you feel better. And if it's anything that they could give you, they will give it to you. They will give you the shirts off their back. You go in the house and they got the plastic all over their furniture, honey, because they got the little plastic on their floor sticking up your feet. They just want everything clean. You can come in their house and get a hot hush. You can come in their house and get a home cooked meal. You know, child, the seniors, it's just different, y'all. It's just different now, but it did kind of make sense to why everything is broken. Because if the foundation is broken, the home will not stand. So it kind of gives you an idea of why it's all broken. Because seniors are actually trying to become part of the crowd. They are conforming their minds to speak to people younger than them, like somebody that is a person younger than their age. They're conforming their minds and the things that come out their mouth to the younger generation. And baby, that's never how it's supposed to be. You grow old for a reason. You grow old because there's work for you to do. You grow old to make a difference. You grow old for your life to have a purpose. God spare you and give you those years to put something in the world, not try to suck the life out of people. And what people also have to understand is everybody has a story, everybody has a testimony, everybody has a journey that they have to go on. Because you feel like somebody else's life is not where you think it should be in this moment, who are you to tell somebody where their life should be at whatever age it should be, as far as their finances or their stability? You don't know what people went through to get where they are. And you got to be very careful about putting your mouth on somebody or thinking that somebody else's indiscretions is laughable or something to talk about. Because at the end of the day, God can turn your life around in a moment. I don't care if you're sitting on the top of the highest mountain. God can drag your behind off that mountain and put you on the ground. So before you vast in somebody else's indiscretions and their journey, you better be careful of what you speak on. Because I don't care where your life is today, you're not untouchable. Your life can change overnight. You keep on. Keep on thinking somebody else struggles are something to laugh about. We all have been through something. And if you have never been through something, just hold on. Because that's guaranteed. Everybody gonna go through something. So just hold on. Your time coming. You never beat nobody down while they're in the middle of their journey, baby, because understand their journey has not yet completed. So there's a lot of things that they can do miraculous before their time is up here. And you never know when that same person, it could be a total stranger living states and states and states away from you. You never know when God will use that total stranger to help you or pick you up. Because the Lord said he'll make your enemy your footstool. And you never burn bridges because you never know when you're going to have to cross them again. And I'm not saying that nobody lived their life perfect and never had disagreements with people. What I'm saying is everybody have disagreements with people. Everybody argue. That's all part of us as an imperfect person. But at the end of the day, we should all have boundaries. As far as not dwelling and making it your everyday life to just wake up and go to sleep trying to beat somebody else down that's in the middle of their journey. Because you may have just deterred your own. See, your journey could have been going miraculous up to this point. But now that you're thinking that somebody else's indiscretions are funny, now your journey can take a turn that you never thought that it would take. No. Now your journey may just change. And you may find yourself on a road that you don't understand how you got there. You talked yourself into it. You talked yourself into that journey because it was funny when somebody else was going on that journey. When that was somebody else's journey, you thought it was funny. So now let's see if it's funny now that you're going through that journey. Then you're going to think God forgot about you. Then you're going to think that God is the worst person. But no, it was funny when somebody else was going on that journey. So now let's just see how you handle those cards when you are the shuffler of the deck. Now it's your turn. You know, it's just so sad to see. Like I said, everybody got a right to do what they want to do. But what I'm just saying is, of course, I don't expect my words to stray anybody anyway. But what I'm just saying is that it's sad to see that this is what our seniors have become. And now it makes sense why a lot of things are broken. Because a lot of the seniors have, instead of choosing to stand proud in their God-given position, they chosen to conform to the mind of the younger generation coming up behind them. How are we supposed to stand on that kind of foundation? If we have no more seniors that will stand firm in their position and not stoop down to our levels, then what do you all think the end result of this will be? And then, you make it because a lot of young people, we scared, you disrespect the seniors. You think in your mind, okay, if I disrespect them, child, that's a sin. I'm going, straight to the fire. And that's an automatic thought because we're taught to respect our elders, right? But what do you do when the elders y'all too? Hold on, baby. The elders that you are taught to respect have no respect for you. I just wonder how God views that. Okay, baby. I just wonder how God views that point of view. I wonder, do he waver any on that? Like, if this senior ain't the senior that you was writing about, Sit down, both of y'all. Because I'm very quite sure the sins he was talking about was the sins that he could entrust the generations behind them. He could trust those generations in their hands. Not the seniors that would mind-wise go backwards and conform to the minds of the generations that they are supposed to uplift, that they are supposed to hold their hand and help them go through this world. What happens when that link is broken? You know, what happens when that link? Y'all are too loud. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all no more. I told y'all to go around there with them iPads. Y'all, excuse me. They always do that. You know, what happens when that no longer exists? What happens when the big moms no longer exist? The papas no longer exist. You can be homegirls and homeboys with people 60 and older. And I know that ain't old. I know that. But what I'm saying is still, to me, in my opinion, 60 and older, you're in a bracket, you're in a place where you've gone through enough of life at this moment. Like in the next 40 years, you could be 100 years old, you know, if you're over the age of 60. Like you could be 100 years old in 40 years if God bless you with that time. Like 60 years is a long time to live. So you've learned a whole lot. So you have a lot that you can teach somebody. But what happens once your words are filled with venom? So your words are no longer having a positive effect on the ones that's coming up under you because you've chosen to be the homeboy and the homegirl of the neighborhood versus the matriarch of the neighborhood. Because you want to seem cool to the people that you already in age alone is superior. That's right, Mr. Dwayne. Now, would you ever, okay, you say you 63, Mr. Dwayne. Let me ask you a question. When it comes to somebody like in their 30s and 40s, okay, so if you see someone that you feel like maybe not doing all the best things in life, okay, not making the best decisions, their life may not be where you believe it should be at that time in their life. Would you break them down? Would you just say words to try to break them down, Mr. Dwayne? Or would you uplift them with your wisdom of what you've learned thus far with your time here on this world? Would you uplift them and try to pour into them and educate them on some of the things that you've done to make it to 63? Some of the positive things that you've done to make it to your age. Would you get more pleasure out of doing that? Or would you get pleasure out of downgrading them, belittling them, stooping down to their level? I want to wait for your answer. Which one would fulfill your heart more? Which one would make you feel better about yourself or make you feel like what's the word I'm looking for? Like you're making a difference. Or is your goal at 63 to make a difference on this world before your time is up here? Some people, that's just not their goal. They don't care about nobody but themselves. Some people are self-absorbed. They feel entitled. They don't care about making a difference or, changing lost children or lost young adults or lost women or men. They don't care anything about trying to help lost people find their way. So, it is some people like that. But you specifically, Mr. Dwayne, how do you feel about it? Like, what would fulfill you more, or what would you do in a situation where maybe you and someone younger than you have gotten into a disagreement? They've spoken just the way that they speak at their age, because again, they haven't lived as long as you have. They know right from wrong, of course, because they grown, but still at the same time, they still at a point in their life where they speak through their emotions. They don't know how to just yet. Let's just say God's still working on them, like He is a lot of us. Do you get more fulfillment by speaking life into the younger generation and standing firm on who you are in your position and the fact that God has allowed you to see 63 and the years to come? Or would you conform your mind to actually meet somebody younger than you, meet them where they at the age of 63? Do you find some type of strength in meeting somebody in their 30s and 40s where they at and you 63 years old? You done live way longer than them. Like, at this point, they got to pray to God they can live to see your age. Even in this current society, do you conform to that person, or do you speak life into them despite of, because you know better? When you know better, you do better. You know what God has brought you through. So, where you trying to go? No way. I talk to them and share the hard work it's to become older and wiser. That when they are my age, they can pass down what I tried to teach them. They can teach their life experiences. Amen. See that? And that's the response of a senior. Exactly. That's the response that you would think would come from all of them. But that's not what we're seeing today. Today, you see a lot of, I don't know, you see a lot of seniors wanting to be part of the crowd. And I pray to God that God turn my petty off by the time I'm in my 60s. Even my late 50s, turn it off. I don't want it to no longer reside there. Even now in my 40s. And if you can't fix them, you just can't fix them, but never to conform to other people or allow them to be miserable with you. Because sometimes where I am now, I'll meet you where you at. And I'm teaching myself because I don't have parents or a real support system to teach me anything. So it's everything is a a journey. This is a journey that I'm on alone, trying to teach myself how not to meet people where they at. Because it just wastes a lot of my time trying to meet people where they at and then push my growth back. The time that I sit there and invest in meeting them where they at, I could be doing something positive to increase my life or encourage people coming up beyond, behind me. There I go, but I'm wasting my time on nonsense, arguing with people, caring about what people say, and just not even understanding that most people, they most of those people are unhappy with self. Because it takes way too much energy to be negative every day. When you can just choose to be happy despite of. Choose to be happy despite of what anybody got to say. Because when you're happy, just prepare yourself. A lot of people are going to have something to say because they don't want to see you happy, because this is a miserable world full of miserable people that want you to be miserable just like them. People don't like to see you happy. But when you're going through, you will have more people on your side than when you're doing good. When you're doing, baby, when you miserable, everybody around, they want to see the shit face. Excuse my language. But when you doing good, they want to talk about you and say you think you're better than everybody. They want to talk about your past, your indiscretions, what you did to get there, who you slept with, who your baby daddies is, what your mama did, what your daddy did, what your children doing. Like you can hold your children's hand and walk them through life. Every aspect of their life. They want to do all that to you when you're doing something good, when you're doing good. But when you're bad, when you're down bad, oh, child, don't let them children worry you. Them children don't listen. Child, I don't know how you made it this far. Sit there and encourage you. They'll encourage you when you're down bad because it seems like the popular thing to do. It just seemed like the right thing to do, you know. But when you come up, they want to do everything in the world to bring you back down. Because they like you better in your weakened state. My 69-year-old sister has made her 45-year-old daughter her friend also. She's trying to stay forever young. She's pitiful, but that's my sister. Yeah. You know, I see a lot of people. And, you know, that mother and daughter bonds are important. Um, but like I tell my daughters, what I demand and I require is respect. Point blank, period. That I would not waver on. So you bring Kiki says my mommy. Huh? I don't know what you're saying, Lonnie, baby. Go get your iPad, baby. Wait till Nana get off. Mother and daughter relationships are they're important. And you know, it just depends on what you mean by that part, like a friend thing. It's just like I don't like I always tell my kids, I don't care how old you get, you never can be older than me. So don't play with me. You're gonna respect me at the utmost. Certain things you're not gonna do around me. You're not gonna curse in front of me. I don't care how old you get. If you feel like, excuse me, y'all too. Hello. If y'all want to have that conversation, go in the den. Lonnie, you and Kiki want to have that conversation, go in the den now. Keelani, get down. Keelani, go in the den with Lonnie. If you and her want to talk so much. What I said? Oh, okay. Yeah, like you're not finna curse in front of me. You're not finna do the things that you know I don't tolerate. I don't care how old you get. If you, like I tell my children, if you feel like you're grown enough to curse and all that, get from out of my face. You can't be around me. I don't care if I beg you or not. You're not finna sit in my face and be disrespectful. I'm not your homegirl. I don't care how grown you is. You can never be growner than me. Like we know. We ain't finna do that. I ain't trying to be your homegirl. If you're looking for a homegirl, go find yourself a friend, honey. You got sisters, go talk to your sister. Go chill with your brothers. Y'all can be each other's friends. Baby, you're not going to sit around me and be disrespectful and think you're going to do whatever it is you want to do in my space or in my face. Get on. You know, that's like the least thing that someone can ask for you not to use profanity around your parents. Or that's just like me. Older age. If y'all was like standing in front of me and people tell you if I cursed, my auntie, she gone on. But she could tell you, even in her age, I wouldn't curse in front of her. And if I slipped, I'd be like, oh my God, auntie, I'm so sorry. My uncle can tell you the same thing. I'm gonna get my Uncle Chip on him one day. He'll tell you, I don't do that. And it's just alone because of their position and their age, just alone to me, that or demands respect from me. And I'm 42, and I still feel like it's people that I owe respect to. You know, if you've given me and shown me that you're solidified in your position and that your mind matches your age, oh, you let me tell you something. I don't care if I never met you a day in my life. If I get around you and your mind matches your age, baby, you got my respect. I'm not cursing in front of you. I don't care if you're a total stranger. I have nothing, you know. That's why even on here, because I know Dwayne, you 6'3". If I curse, I'm like, y'all excuse me or something like that. Because I really don't be wanting to curse, but I'm a cursor, y'all. I got the mouth like a trucker. I'm here to tell you that. That's something I'm asking God to work on, which I'm getting better, honey, because it used to be a curse word after every word. That's just me. And I think that's because that's the way my grandmother was. That cursing just was it. And so it never really affected us. We just used to, she cursed all the time. She called me all kind of dog head bees, long banana split face, bees, all that. But see, it never hurt my feelings. I used to laugh. And I know a lot of people like, oh, it's crazy that kids become comfortable with being cursed at. Child, by their words. I know my worth. I know I don't have no banana split face. I know I ain't no dog head bee. So it's just the fact that my grandma was older and she was saying those kind of words. It was always funny to me. We never took it to heart. We never cared. So that's why I know even with that, some people try to take that and run with it, act like that means you verbally abusing your children. Shut up. Stop. Stop acting like a lot of y'all ain't come up in the Black community and those old women, they used to cuss y'all behinds out and y'all used to laugh about it. But y'all know that their word reigned supreme. Y'all knew not to play with them. But it's just the way that they cursed that made it so funny. But the words really didn't have no effect on the way you felt about yourself. But now in this era, they try to make everything so soft, so tender. Everything got to be supposedly handled with so much care. Child by. That's why these children so weak these days. They're so weak and brittle. Y'all better stop that. And I'm not saying curse your child out. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is stop acting like if a mother or father, well, not a father, y'all. That's the crazy thing. I think I have a double standard when it comes to that because I don't know. My husband, when it comes to me, I don't curse at my daughters like at all, you know, and which he never did anyway. But I think that I wouldn't take that so kindly. I don't think I would because it's something about a man voice. It's something about even men with deep voices, like their words come across way more aggressive than a woman. I don't care what they saying. Like even if it's like something angry, for some reason it come through with a different vibration. I don't like it. I don't even like. He'll tell you right now if he was here. I don't even like too much when he's screaming at my babies. Don't what you screaming at her for? Like, even if he's solely right, I just don't like the way it sounds, baby. That vibration in your throat. Okay, I know it's throat, but you know how we said that throat. That vibration in that throat gonna make me put you in a chokehold. Don't talk to my baby like that. Calm your voice down. And I guess I'm like that so much with the girls because I feel like I don't never want them to think it's okay for a man to talk to them in an aggressive manner. Like if your father, I believe like if their father have always handled them with care, then that's what they'll expect from another male that they come encounter with. That's why I've always been the one to discipline them. He's always let me do that when it comes to the girls. Now the boys a different story. But the girls, he always allowed me to be the disciplinary for the girls. So they already know how a man is supposed to treat you. They're supposed to handle you with care. A man should never be, you know, deep voicing you or doing too much. So, and I think that's just why I'm big on that too, because I never want you all. They say the first person to break a girl's heart is usually her daddy. So, even now that the two older ones are grown, he still handles them with so much care. He'll now like if they ask for extra money or something, he'll get on them like y'all working, like while y'all asking for money. Like he'll go through this whole spiel, y'all, but he still give them every dime they ask for. But they know that they gonna get fussed out before he give it to them because he feel like, okay, you should be responsible, you should be managing your money, but he gonna still give it to them. But I love the lessons that he give beforehand and let them know that it's not that I don't want to give it to you, but I want you to understand one day daddy ain't gonna be here. You need to know how to stand on your own 2 feet. One day you ain't gonna have daddy to run to and ask for money because in the shopping all month and know you got bills to pay. He that kind of father. So, but yeah, y'all, it just make me think about just what's lost. It's just a different era, y'all. I never coming up the world that we live in now. Y'all just think back to when y'all was children. The world that y'all live in now and what we see around us. Did y'all ever see the world coming to this? Like, did y'all ever see that it would come to a place where positions are no longer solidified? Like seniors, you can look at a senior citizen as your home girl. Like, hey, did any of y'all ever see that coming? Like you would look at somebody or find yourself in the club with somebody like, 60 and older, or you would feel like, you know, the candy lady, you can go to the club with the candy lady, or that you could sit there in front of telling the candy lady, come outside, be I'll whoop your behind. Well, do you ever, and because she would do so much that it would make you want to fight the candy lady, you know, I don't know. And everybody, and it could be different for other people. I'm speaking from my experience. The older ladies that I knew, and most of the older people, my grandma used to go to the card games with my grandma. They used to sit in there, they cuss each other out. They all had Jerry curls in their head. And they would sit in there and curse each other out and slap them cards on the table. Deborah Banks, not at all. Yeah, I've never seen this coming, Miss Banks. Like, I've never seen a time come when you could look at a senior or feel like disrespecting a senior ain't disrespect because they never actually met you where you at. So now you got to treat them like they something less than a senior. Like, I never thought the day would come when this happened. Like I said, the older people, I used to watch them people sitting there and cuss. Y'all, even as a little girl, I would love to go to the card games because I love to see the seniors in there and the way they act towards one another. Y'all, I used to have a ball. I used to be in there laughing so hard. And I don't know why I should be a magnificent spade player and tunk player at this time, but I can't play neither. But I should be good at it. But that goes to show how much I wasn't paying attention to them actually playing cards. I just love the experience, you know, because my respect for everybody at the table was high. And I just love to watch the way they cuss each other out. But, it was just always something good about being around an elderly person. Elderly people just gave off an aura that was either you felt safe. They was always very funny. You know that you would get your belly full. You know that every day you left out of their presence, you left with something, a life lesson. Yep, that's how it is. There's no natural affection anymore. Like, but back in the day, you used to always get something from a senior. When you left out of their presence, you felt like you walked away feeling encouraged. You walked away feeling a little better than you did before you encountered them. Each and every time. You walked away with something. You know? But not now. It's just like I'm just like, Lord Jesus, what happened? Where did we lose our way? What happened? And like I said, even at 42, I'm praying that God start working on me too, because I'm praying that, the Lord work on me now at 42, because in the blink of an eye in God's will, I'll be 60. As fast as these times going on, if the Lord spare my life to live, if I still have more work to do to make it to 60 and better, I pray that I be that kind of senior. And when I say that kind of senior, I mean the one that people could feed from, the one that they could just come around me and my aura will reign supreme. My aura would reign protection. My aura would reign love. My aura would reign, intellect, wisdom, love, attentiveness, and my words will be bond. And that anybody under me would feel like when they encounter me, that when they leave from me, they leave with something. At 60, I don't want to be homegirls with people in their 40s. I don't want to be homegirls with people that, and age ain't nothing but a number. I'm not saying that at 60 something you still can't be fun. You can't be vibrant. You can't, have fun with your life. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to be, like I said, to each his own. I can't tell nobody what to do with their life. What I'm saying at me, over the age of 60, I don't want to be meeting 40-year-olds where they at, 30-year-olds where they at. I want to be so firm in my position that even if a child that age would want to be disrespectful to me, that God will handle them. Because I know that I wouldn't be doing anything to make a child that age feel like they got to meet me where I'm at. Because for one, we are not the same. You got to make it to my age. So if anything, I'm going to pour into you and speak affirmations into you for you to get better with yourself, because I understand sometimes people come at you because they're not happy with themselves. But I understand that in my position in being over the age of 60, I understand that I don't have to meet you where you at. I've already trumped you. I made it to be over 60. You got to make it to where I'm at. So I have no thrill or need to meet you where you at. That part of my life, I've been there, done it. I've already been, 30, 40, 50. I've done that. So what me and you talking about? That's how I want to feel in my 60s. That's the type of woman I want to be. Again, I can't speak for nobody else. I'm speaking for myself. And that's what I want to be. Now I know you don't change drastically, but that's why I'm asking God to work on me now, because I know at this moment now I'll meet you where you at. You do too much, I'm gonna meet you where you at. But when I'm in my 60s, I don't want God to still let me have this same mind frame. Like, make sure I'm so happy, complacent, and happy within myself that I will have no thrill to meet nobody where they at that's in their 30s, 40s, 20s, 50s. I don't want to meet you where you at. Like, I want to be so in shape and healthy and happy with my own life that, again, I just have no thrill to put my hands in that negativity. I have no thrill to put my hand in mess. If I can't uplift you, inspire you, be attentive to your needs, love you, and you take something from me every time you encounter me, then I don't want to be around you. I don't want to even be in your space, because I know that I could be, if it's natural causes, I could be closer at 60 something years old, I could be closer to the grave than you are at 30, 40, 50. Again, natural causes. Then why would I waste my time meeting you where you at? I'd have been, I would feel like I'd have been that age already, baby. I did whatever I wanted to do in that time zone already. I don't need to have to come back there and wallow with you. Because, baby, you got a whole lot of life to live. That's how I want to be at that age. Oh, thank you so much, Dwayne. I missed the last 7 minutes. My home Wi-Fi knocked me offline. I'm back now. My Wi-Fi been going out all now. They doing some more meetings tonight. Ooh, these cable people getting on my nerves. Spectrum is the worst. And they charge so much. And they service sucks. But yeah, y'all, I'm just, and it's just going off of, just things I've seen on the internet and off the internet. Because I see it a lot. It's just like, it makes you feel like our foundation as a whole, in the communities as a whole, is just broken real bad. It's broken real bad. It's very, very, very broken. And it's it's sad. It's sad when children can't feel like, it's just sad when a child or a young adult is, hey, stop making all that noise because y'all trying to be funny. I'm not playing with y'all too. I'll make y'all lay down for a nap. Screaming here again. I just feel like, why she gonna scream again, y'all? Kiki don't listen to y'all. She gonna scream again. She don't listen to me, y'all. Watch her scream again. I just feel like, I don't know. It's just sad when a young adult feels pressured and feels like they can't stall a senior citizen out because a senior is just being overly disrespectful to them, So they feel like they can't even give a senior citizen a pass because this senior is trying to meet them where they at. Or this senior is pressuring them or making them feel like they want to get to a place where they may want to just lay hands on a senior. Like, why? Respect is to be earned, not given. But, a lot of us was taught just to give it just because of age base. But come on now. Those were to seniors that had respect for the young adults too. You got to respect people like you want them to give you respect. You can't just be blatantly disrespectful because you old. How that's supposed to work? It don't work like that. You can't be flat out disrespectful because you old. Respect others as you want them to respect you, regardless of your age. Like, oh, well. But child, it's just sad, y'all. It's you learn a lot being on social media. I tell you that. A lot of stuff that you see in your regular life, sometimes you can kind of shrug it off. But when you see it every single day, when you be on social media, you be like, oh God, this ain't even, this ain't even makeup. This ain't even fairy tale. Like, people really around here moving like that. You got old ladies meeting young adults where they at. Like, you got old ladies, trying to present themselves as thugs or trying to, oh my Lord Jesus. Y'all, we lost. This society lost, child. Give me a headache. It give me a headache, baby. I want the Big Mom's back. I need what her name was on Soul Food. We need the Grandma Joe's. And that was her name, Joe? Did they call her Joe? What was her name, y'all? On Soul Food. What was the grandma name? Well, I call that lady Joe. Who name was Joe? But I think they did call. Hey, Kiki, bring me the iPad real quick. Bring mommy the iPad 1 second. Just 1 second. What was her name, y'all? What was the grandma name on Soul Food? What did they call her? Who grandma name was Joe? Where I'm getting Joe from? Let me see. Okay, mommy, I'm gonna need it for a second. I'm gonna give it back. What was her name? I'm gonna see right now. We need some of her. Get the Sunday dinners, get the families together. Get the families together. What was her name on Soul Food? What was the The grandmother name on soul food. Well, she was most of their mom except for the little boys. The little boys, right? The little grandchildren. Did I tell her she was gonna scream again? I swear, I can't wait till she get about 5. Cause I'm gonna get her for the old and the new. You heard me? I'm lying. I am. My kids always say they top son, you so soft for her. Ooh, when it was us, yeah, you used to hush. Yeah, her name was Mother Joe. That's right. I was right. I remember I thought they used to call her Joe. We need some more of them in the community. We need some more of them on social media. Even though, they would probably sit on social media and not have much to say. But even if they just came up here and just, poured some wisdom and affirmations into us, just coming from a senior, it will mean a lot. Like, I just think that would help a lot of us. Just to have them come on here and just teach us something. Shh, you too loud. Just actually teach us something. Because like I said, there's a lot of lost people in the world, and we need the big moms. We need the foundation reset. Distinguish the difference between the senior citizens and the young adults. You have no way, by what comes out of their mouth, you can't separate the two classes of people. There's nothing to separate the two classes. How? How do we get here? Well, you can't separate those two classes. That's just sad. You can't separate the two classes. If you could be on the phone, take the faces away, and let a young adult say something and speak, and then let a senior speak their rebuttal or their reply, you wouldn't be able to tell the more which where the most wisdom lied based on the conversation. So you wouldn't be able to distinguish which one was the senior, which one was the young adult. That's a problem. That is a problem. No matter what nobody try to say, or how nobody try to make it right, or how nobody try to say, oh, it's this, that, and the third. It's still like, ugh. Give it here. That's ill. That's ill. That is ill. Give me that vapor rub right there. That's ill. Give it to me on that floor right there. That's ill. And that's sad. And baby, if we don't get this together, baby, we lost. We lost for real. If this all we got to look forward to, y'all, we don't got much to look forward to. Sad but true. Sad but true, y'all. Child, us little 40-year-olds, we're gonna have to come out. We're gonna have to come out and go ahead and just become the big moms. Lord, go ahead and program my mind, program my heart, program my mouth, program my spirit, Lord, to be a big mom. Cause you know what? Too lost in the sauce. Like, I just never thought that they would antagonize a young adult to be disrespectful. Like, what? Because they demanded their respect. Like, they would never antagonize a young adult to be disrespectful because they were too firm in their position. They respected themselves and everybody around them way more than that. They already knew they didn't have to come off their throne to address nothing or nobody because they never put out that kind of energy. Because they never conformed their mind to young adults. It's just sad, y'all. Well, y'all, I'm going to go. I just wanted to come have that conversation about to see if anybody's seeing what I'm seeing as far as seniors. Just the way that times have changed over time. Um, you know, and that how broken the foundation really has become. It's sad, but it's life. I guess everything in this life seems to be more sad than happy. More evil than good. So, I just want everybody just to know, do your best. That's all we can do. Do your best to, to be the best you can be the best person that you can be to other people. Try your best to stand firm in who you are. Understand nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and a lot of us will meet people where they at. God's still working on us. So, but just try your best to be the best you can be, and try to get yourself away from people that always make you go into a negative place or a negative headspace. Don't invite that in your life. Don't invite that vibe around you. Don't let people block your blessings. Try to be the best you that you can be. You know who you are and whose you are. Forget these negative people in this world, baby, because there's a lot of them, and they're gonna be here forever, just like you. So you're gonna have to make the decision on, who you're gonna allow to control your intellect, and who you gonna allow to be the narrator of your story. That's basically it. That's it. That's all. May your today be better than yesterday. May your tomorrow be better than today. Know that every day God blows that breath in your body. You're one step closer to your season. I love you, and God loves you best. And I'm out, y'all.